Welcome back to Rock Paper Shotgun. And also, hello! I'm Alice and I'm RPS's latest video person. This time it's my turn to tell you a game that I love and that I think you should be playing in a show we like to call You Should Be Playing. That joke's gonna get old really quickly. This week I'm going to be talking at you about a beautifully crafted game from 2016 called Everybody's Gone To The Rapture by award-winning developer The Chinese Room. And if you don't want to end up in the rapture yourself, I'd suggest you like this video and subscribe to Rock Paper Shotgun for more video loveliness. I promise that wasn't a threat. Oh, and remember to ring the bell. Trust me, you're going to want to keep coming back for more.
This is a special announcement by the Emergency Measures Committee. Due to exceptional circumstances, radio and television in this area has been brought under the control of the EMC as per the Crisis Preparedness and Action Bill of 1982.
So why did I choose this game to introduce myself to you? Well, just like the characters in Everybody's Gone To The Rapture, I'm a bodiless voice. To you, anyway. I do have a body. And this game is all about listening to voices of those who have left and gone to the rapture. Listening to voices is what this game is all about. Discovering echoes of the past that will either help you piece together what just happened or what happened several years ago. It's pretty far out, so let's start with the obvious stuff. The year is 1984, the county is Shropshire, and the village is Yorton. While the village isn't an actual real place, the county of Shropshire is, and the developers made a real good go at making it an accurate representation of the British countryside. It's got telephone boxes, post boxes, very British pubs, and a lovely duck pond for people to fall into when they are stumbling drunkenly out of the pub. The most unrealistic thing I found in the entire game, yes, ignoring the orbs of light, is that in the pubs there are adverts for curry and a pint for £2 and ale of the day for 50p. Inflation really hit us hard, huh? 37 minutes prior to you beginning this game, the world ended, no biggie, and it looks as though everybody's gone, to the rapture. Not that long ago though, there are signs of recent life, cigars still smoke, most of the electrics still work, but the air is completely still. There are dead birds all over the floor, and you can occasionally hear the call of sirens. For a while, I was convinced that this game was going to turn into jump scare nightmare fuel, but that isn't the case. That didn't stop me Googling it, just to make sure though. It's spooky in places and the loneliness can really get to you, but it's also familiar thanks to the rural British setting. It's like a really polite horror film. The story unfolds in snippets of conversation, with acting reminiscent of friendly countryside dramas that get shown on British television on Sunday night. But if this makes it sound like the virtual equivalent of comfort food, the game actually does an amazing job of making you feel well and truly alone. Do not play this game with the music off or the sound muted. I cannot stress that enough. The dreamy choirs and vast orchestral themes composed by Jessica Curry makes for a touching, thoughtful and haunting soundtrack. It complements the detailed and realistic depiction of a rural setting and does an incredible job of making you feel overwhelmingly isolated, which is strange when you're never left in complete silence. The eerie emptiness of Yorton is captured perfectly with abandoned cars, unlocked doors, quarantine leaflets tacked onto windows, warning notes plastered in notice boards, and washing still out on the line. You're quite obviously the only one left. The sky is empty, and radios screech and mutter to themselves until you find them. When you start the game, you're told that the answers are in the light. This is both a mysterious bit of information to decipher and a direct nod to glowing orbs scattered around the village. You're able to uncover more of what happened as you watch recent events play out in front of you in mists and swirls of light. There are different ways to interact with the light, as you either tune into orbs by dragging the mouse left and right until you wash the screen with brilliant white, or follow the orb to a point where a story will unravel in front of you. It's the small amount of interactions with the world that immerse you in Yorton. You can't pick things up or move things, trust me, I would love to eat some of those pub crisps, but being able to activate the memories, answer ringing telephones, and listen to radio broadcasts makes you feel like you're a passive observer. You're walking around a town that has become a memorial to those who lived here not that long ago, and you preserve it with the utmost respect as you uncover the mystery in its echoes. Within the first 10 minutes, you find out that it's in the phones as you listen back on a telephone conversation.
Who are you? Jesus, get off the phone! Get off the phones! It's in the phones! It's in the phones.
But just what is it? As if this situation isn't confusing enough, all of the snippets of history you hear are not in any kind of chronological order. You learn about the inhabitants of the village through the usual gossip of a small town, and you also learn about the events leading up to everybody going to the Rapture. The conversations you stumble upon paint a picture of Yorton that an outsider wouldn't usually see. The more you discover about this small valley, the more you understand that what seems like a simple chat between two people actually has a sense of urgency or unhappiness within it. You learn of the people in dribs and drabs, but by the end of the game you really do get a true sense of who everyone is. Or was. I love the way the non-linear timeline made me cast my opinions quickly before flipping them on their head when I learned of later facts. It's down to you to piece together the important bits, read between the lines, and to figure out what on earth happened. I'd recommend using subtitles so you can figure out just who's saying what, and so you don't miss any important pieces of the puzzle. And again, keep the music on. It's this fear of missing some crucial part of the plot that means I will walk into every corner of every garden to make sure I'm not missing something. The narrative is so well created, it just asks for you to find out more, to search into the depths of each dark house, to walk to the end of every garden, and to try every closed door. Though this want to find out everything about the game comes at a cost: the walking speed. The game insists it has a run button, but I'd be more inclined to call it a shuffle slightly faster button. The light beckons you to follow, but it never gets too far ahead, so this is no real issue. Plus, as the game warns, if you were to run, you might miss something important. So we should be grateful we can only slowly amble around Yorton. At the beginning of the game, you were immediately introduced to the two key characters, American Dr. Kate Collins, also known as Catherine, and her husband, local boy Stephen Appleton, who's a bit of a jerk.
You prep the arrays, I'm heading up to Tower 6.
Kate. I love you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that.
They both work at the Vallis Observatory, studying the stars and working on astronomy theories. The rest of the plot I'll leave up to you to find out. I don't want to spoil too much, but like all good British TV dramas, something goes majorly wrong in this idyllic British town, leading to destruction, missing people, and stuff you'll discover for yourself. It's a bit more sci-fi than your Emmerdale or Midsummer Murders, but hey, it scratches an itch I didn't know I had. The way it mixes the mundane and mysterious is really smart. Most of the conversations you'll hear throughout the game are just your usual run-of-the-mill conversations that you'd expect to hear in a small village. Lizzie and Stephen rekindling their old romance and having an affair, Lizzie being pregnant with someone's baby, a young couple apparently abandoning their child and making off for it before the event happens, and an older man grieving after losing his wife and regretting not staying with her at her deathbed. You know, the usual small village conversations.
You're a daft old bird walking all the way out here for it. You know Charlie would have dropped it off.
What, and have that stinking great lorry of his poisoning my birds? He shouldn't be driving it on these lanes, it's a hazard.
I think he was hoping he could have a word with you about Frank.
There's nothing to say.
Oh, listen, Wendy, they might all be scared of you, but that's not going to work with me.
Every chat you overhear lends a hand to understanding the bigger picture. Some of these conversations happened only moments before the event, but others may have happened years or months prior. As you progress through the game, you move to different areas of the map, each a tableau of the time the Rapture struck. You start to notice new things appearing on the map, or were they always there, that really help you put more of the puzzle together, making it feel all more real. The sci-fi vibe that Everybody's Gone to the Rapture gives is not jarring enough to make it feel incredibly unrealistic. It's set in a place that is not too dissimilar to villages I've visited, and it's full of accents that are comfortable and reassuring. It's so easy to become swaddled in the story. It gets more intense as you reach the game's climax, decisions made by the past residents becoming all more important, leaving you feeling anxious, helpless, and hopeless. There was something about the impossibleness of it all, the calmness at the beginning, that made you feel like it could all turn out to be one big lie, a faked accident, or a plot to a Black Mirror episode. In some ways, it's hard to recommend Everybody's Gone to the Rapture without spoiling it, but I hope I've made a good case for it. It has everything I love about games. Beautiful art, a mesmerising soundtrack, a narrative that feels like home but also is incredibly new and alien, and a plot that needs to be pieced together bit by bit to uncover just what happened. It happens at a pace that is comfortable, a graceful, bumbling adventure game that has deep character arcs and an overall weird glimmer of hope despite the loneliness it thrusts upon you. Of course, if you don't particularly like being lonely, make sure you subscribe to Rock Paper Shotgun for more recommendations like this. And if you enjoyed today's video, let us know in the comments below. Oh, and ding that bell to get notifications for when we post a video. If you don't ding the bell, all our videos go to the algorithm Rapture, and that makes us sad. Before you leave, check out other videos of ours, such as our recent list on 9 hidden gems that you might have missed from Gamescom, or watch Noah as she drops poor, helpless animals into a pit in Donut County. Thanks for watching and hopefully see you soon. Bye!